was supposed to be someplace else. And it took unbelievable courage and integrity on her part to be here with you. And I am telling you, this kid's a rock star, and she's the future of our company. All you people are. And thank you. I know you made sacrifices to be here. I know it's too hot in here. I know it's no fun sometimes. I know Scott's boring. But don't you let that worry you, because Scott's got a better half. I mean, and by the way, if you're wondering how the speaker lineup came up in here and you're going, well, I should be speaking. Everybody that's spoken is qualified vice presidential and above this month for December. And December is a tough month to hit that. So some of you are vice presidentials that didn't hit it, but have hit it in the past. That was the litmus test. We want you to earn the microphone here. Does that make sense to you? So the way that you earn the microphone in network marketing is ranking up. So it's not the most popular. It's not the best looking. It's not the most in shape. It's the one, obviously. So that's so cool. You can be a hot mess. It's unbelievable. So here's the deal. And I don't know where the hot mess is. I don't even know what that means. I'm such a girl term. Juliette Fardulis is a beast. This woman is a silent warrior. And she's such quiet power that you kind of look past her and through her at times. And that's a massive mistake. This woman understands the business as well as Scott does. She works the business as hard as Scott does. Plus, she raises 3 incredible kids, Ashton, Blake, and Sienna. And I love her. And she's an unbelievable wife. And she's of that personality where she gives all credit to her husband. And she's nuts to be doing that. She should be grabbing her own power. She should be on the stages of everything going on. Doesn't mean she's not going to be an unbelievably Christian wife. I'm not knocking that whole deal. I'm just telling you, this girl's got game. Give it up for Juliette.
So, Tom, my feelings are hurt.
Oh, no.
Not because of the nice things that you just said.
I forgot your good name.
Because my grandma is a good knitter.
A good knitter?
And she made Scott's sweater.
I'm
just kidding. Actually, that was a Christmas gift that I picked out for Scott. So, I think I did pretty good.
You bought you have got, she is blind as a bat.
So, Denise, has there ever been a meeting that you've been to where there wasn't a bathroom joke when Scott was here? Bathroom humor.
That is the common denominator.
Yeah. So I promise we'll have some bathroom humor today. And hello to everybody overseas, especially Canada and New Zealand, our friends and team members there. Love you. And Mexico. And I'm forgetting places. Puerto Rico. Yes. Hi, everybody. Okay, so Denise, would you be Vanna again for me?
Yes, right?
Yes. So I'm going to have her write down 7 skills that we need.
Oh, good. I have a cheat sheet. Wow.
Yes.
Hold on.
Hopefully you can read my chicken scratch in this business in network marketing. I'm just going to write those for me. Thank you. So we all really strive to be professionals, as Nikki said, at this industry. And we talk about dropping the mic. We could just go home after Nikki's talk. That was absolutely incredible. Thank you. Where did you go? Nikki, I love you. Thank you for everything you shared. It's rare that I get to sit here and hear from someone who's only been here a few months, and I wanted to take notes, and she said I couldn't. So one of the mistakes you might make in this business versus others is that we can just buy our CEO pack and think, now we're CEOs, now we're business owners, and the money is just going to start flowing, right? Because we signed up and we made the decision and we bought the pack. But really, that is just the very beginning. And we have to educate ourselves. We have to invest in ourselves. That's been said over and over today is read books. Look at all the books that Tom has on the shelf back there. And that's just scratching the surface. He's a voracious reader, which I appreciate. Just like Charlie, we're former English majors. And so reading is really filling up your tank so that when you do have a meeting with someone and maybe it doesn't go exactly how you thought, you can get refueled and figure out what you might need to change. One thing we need to think of is what we're doing. Sometimes we can be so busy thinking, okay, I'm educating myself, I'm reading about the products. Because someone asked me, like Nikki said, what's in the BTT? I better know my stuff. And I did make that mistake in the beginning. I spent a long time researching, reading through Dr. Wallach's materials and watching videos and trying to learn everything. And really I was hiding behind the reality of I just need to get out there and talk to people and connect with them and be able to have a platform to share this. So when we say reading, I'm talking today not about the products, but about how you can invest in positive mindset books. There's so many great ones that Marianne listed that are on that site and others. That even if it's just 10 minutes a day, just a few minutes a day, just to center yourself. So the top income producing activities, there's so many activities that we justify that we're being busy with the business, but really the top 2 income producing activities that I can think of are getting the plan in front of a prospect and following up with calls and appointments with them. Just as she said, you're not likely, how many of you, I'll ask you, signed up and got a CEO pack the very first time that you sat down and saw this business that very same evening or day? So 3 people out of how many people in the room? 60 people, 70 people, who knows? So only 3 people. So the rest of you, how many of you it took 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times of processing? Okay, everybody else, right? So let's not get discouraged that it might take a little more time to get them to feel this is the right time for them. So we have to follow up. And Alex Tice did a great talk at the regionals on follow-up and how you should spend 4 hours a week following up with people and helping them, bring them to see, what is it that they're missing to get to the decision. So we've got the skills up here, and I wanted you to rate yourself on where you feel you're at right now. And if you're new, some of you are just new within a couple weeks, or almost brand new, just met you the other night. So what is your skill? You don't have to show this to anyone on each of these. Finding prospects. How do you feel you are on finding prospects? Nikki just gave us a great way where we can just ask questions to strangers and we'll have our prospects, unlimited prospects. So you should really never run out of your list. Your list should always be being added to. And then we have inviting. How confident are you on what to say to invite your prospects? And there's different ways. We recommend the simpler the better. I'm super excited. We've already gone over some of these today. And I've just been thinking about you, and I can't stop thinking about what you said about XYZ, your health problem, your need for extra time or money. And this might be the next day after you heard this from your friend. So it's not necessarily right then, but you call them back later. And it's a very natural way to invite. Presenting. How confident are you on presenting? Do you have access to the PowerPoint? Can you sit down and is it uploaded on your laptop? So if you wanted to, at the coffee shop, you could pull that up and flip through the slides and use that when you're starting out to present. Or where to find the new Betterment video. How many of you love that? It's really great, kind of a 30,000-foot view, they say, of the company, so it doesn't go into details, but it piques their curiosity. You can mail that or email that to someone who's out of town. So there's that, and then there's presenting in the meeting. So maybe you've been around a little bit, or you're an SCMD now, and your team is growing. Can you stand up here and do a meeting? It might not be like Scott's meeting. It won't be as hilarious as Tom's meeting, but you should get to the place where you don't need to have your sponsor do the meeting, that you could do the meeting. What if they're sick? There's been a lot of sickness going around these last couple weeks. So what if your expert that you had planned to meet for coffee can't come? What are you going to do? You have to be to get those skills. So practice on those. What are some things that you do, it doesn't have to be in this business, but just in life, that you feel really confident about? Somebody give me an example, something that you're confident. Okay, yes. Massage, yes. Scott's had a massage from you, I think. He hasn't. Oh, he's going to. Next time he's in Evergreen. So you're amazing at massage, Angela. Thank you for saying that. So she's confident. She can say, I'm good at massage. And is that because you've done like 1 or 2 massages in the last couple months? No. Yeah. How many a day do you do? How many days in a day when you are working that day? How many do you do? 4 to 6. Yeah, so 4 to 6 a day for how many years? Long time, 8 years. Okay, so she's confident. And why? Because she's repeated it. So repetition is the mother of all learning. She's repeated it until the point where she's unconsciously or consciously competent. She doesn't even have to think about it. She knows what she's doing. So that's where we want to get with all the different skills. And it's going to take time. So give yourself some grace. It's not going to be immediate, but you can all do these skills. And maybe some of them aren't your favorite. Maybe you just don't love closing. Closing happens when the value is there and the people want to do, this amazing business with you. So we have to learn how to offer that value. So the best thing, like Nikki said today, I was laughing because that's what I've written down, is not going over your notes over and over and over and reading them and thinking, I'm going to get this down. It's just going out there and making a mess. Going to the coffee shop and putting this into action and applying what we all know. Because really, we know what to do. We just need to do what we know. Mm-hmm. And that will, just getting in there and taking the action will reap the benefits, and you'll get more and more confident at it instead of being all in your head so much. So if you think that maybe finding prospects is hard for you, how many of you think of yourself, or you used to, as an introvert? I'll raise my hand first. So you think you're pretty much an introvert. You're not salesy. You've heard that. Okay. You have a lot of, how about half the room thinks that they're an introvert or used to be? So think of a way of yourself. Now you're a professional network marketer. How's your business going to grow if you're an introvert? Is it going to do well if you just keep it to yourself? You don't share the news? No. So try to think of yourself as, now I'm a situational extrovert. So most of the time, I want to read my historical fiction. That might be you. But now you're a situational extrovert. So you're going to go up to that person at the airport who looks bored and strike up the conversation and practice. And it will teach you, even if it never comes around to the longevity topic, it will teach you to be an extrovert, which is what we all need to get better at to be attractive at this. Okay, we have getting started right. So on getting people started, sometimes you can think, well, where should I start? There's so much for them to know. And in our PowerPoint, we have the acronym, which we can thank Tamara Sayer for, because she put this together, I-CLIP. This is just like the form or the Ford that Nikki talked about acronym that you can have in your head. What should they do? So we have invite, or imagine, which is the dream. What's your goal out of this? Where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself? Everything's possible. Look at Tom and Denise. They're incredible success stories. And then we have our CEO pack. That's a no-brainer. If you're a new business builder, get the CEO pack for many reasons. And we have list. Make your list. It should always be being added to. You can do it in your phone so you don't lose that paper, lose your list. Keep in your notes tab on your phone. Invite. We've got to share this, so we have to master that one. Invite and then plug in, which is another way of saying attend the important events and get training. building for events is super important. This is an event-to-event culture. Scott talked about how in all the years, so we've been doing this industry since we got married 22 years ago, we've been in and out of this industry. And we've never missed a big event or even a regional smaller event because we know the power of what the vibration level will do to people that are at the actual event instead of only hearing about it later or watching it. And, you know, today, 21st is our daughter's birthday. She's 12. So today's Sienna's birthday, and so I had thought maybe I wouldn't come, and I actually even said that at the meeting on Wednesday. I probably won't be there on Saturday because I don't want to have mommy guilt, and it's Sienna's birthday, and I want her to know I love her, so I got to be there, you know. Well, the birthday was last night, and they spent the night. They're still at our house. I had Grandma come over and help so that I could be here. And so in the past, and maybe you're at that place right now, you would think, well, I can't miss my child's birthday. I mean, they're going to have, this is going to ruin their self-esteem. I can't do that. Well, you're doing this for your family, right? That's why we're doing this business. So if you have to make a little sacrifice and miss a couple hours of the party, then so be it. You're investing in yourself and it's going to help them. So another thing about events that I wanted to make sure to tell you. So we were so honored to get the Emerald Ambassador Award at the last regional last weekend. And it made me think of this proverb, which I thought was in the Bible, but I found out it's a Swedish proverb. You probably all heard it. It says, a shared joy is double joy, and a shared sorrow is half sorrow. So it wouldn't have been the same to be at the event and have nobody there and get the award and have it just be a handful of people. It's because when we come together, we can celebrate, and it's even more special. So you want your team there, and so that when you're crossing stage and getting an award, that you can inspire them, and that's the whole point. So if you feel like, well, I don't really have time to build this business, you don't understand. You can build your business just in 15-minute blocks of a day. Just setting aside the time to make your calls and do your follow-ups or go to your coffee appointments for 30 minutes, and you'll be amazed at how much time you can carve out. You can give up something like TV. You don't need to watch about the election anymore. That's over. So, you know, that can give you some extra time, just giving up something like that. We often waste time just getting ready to get ready, and we just need to go do it.
That's great.
Another thing, here's something I wrote down. An example of something I wasted time on. I like Pinterest. A lot of you probably like Pinterest for the recipes or the decorating ideas. And I pinned, if you know Pinterest, you repin something. It's like posting something to save it. So you can go back and maybe it's a recipe. And it was in the entree category for food. And I looked and it shows how many pins I've done. I've pinned 1.2 thousand pins in the entree category on Pinterest. So,
You paid all
now,
that?
if I made a different recipe every day for the rest of my life, I probably wouldn't make all of them. So that's kind of like time waster for me. That's that social media void that you can get lost in. Facebook, same thing. Just try to minimize it. If you think you have that addictive personality that you're going to go nuts on social media, just use it wisely. Yeah, Tom. So Mary Ann said that we have to get ourselves in that emotional state of being excited. And then the hidden skill in this industry is getting excited about the same thing over and over. So the first time you heard about the products, it was really exciting. You were to learn, and you have to reinvent that every time you sign up new people, which is easy to do here because longevity keeps coming out with new product verticals. Did you get the new jewelry? Have you tried the new this and that? So I love that it never gets stale. They're always giving us new things to be proud to be associated with. So I've mentioned reading books and how important that is. Or if you're not a reader, you can do audiobooks. Every time you get in the car, you can have that book pop up and talk to you instead of just listening to the radio. And so this year, just really invest in yourself. What is holding you back? We all have these limiting beliefs that are holding us back. It could be a fear of success. It could be fear of failure. What other people think, just let go of that. Because achievement is really just a short-term place that you land, but happiness comes from progress. And progress means that you might have made mistakes. And you won't progress without some failures. So don't be afraid to just, like we've been saying all this whole day, just get out there and get after it. Make something happen. Just decide that you want to live in a beautiful state of mind, even if, you know, things might not be going your way right then. So that's all I have, and thank you for listening.
Great job, Juliette. Great job, everybody that contributed today. We are winding down, guys, so I hope you guys are ready for the home stretch here. Everybody tuning in. And we've got one final speaker here before we wrap up this day, and it is none other than Denise Chenault. You guys know her. You love her. She's